up, Whitey Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Boku no Hero Academia chapter 308. And last week we did not have a chapter due to Horikoshi having a health issue, but he's okay now. And before I get to this recap real quick, I gotta stress, and this is coming from someone that covers series like Ballroom Yukoso, Berserk, World Trigger, and Hunter x Hunter. Please, please, please be patient for chapters, especially when it's a health situation, because health does come first, and I expect you manga readers to really respect that. Seriously. Anyway, last chapter, Boku no Hero Academia, we got to see how gutsy the citizens, regular citizens have become, and I ultimately respect that, but man, there is a limit. There is a limit to this shit. Seriously. And even to like the provisional license heroes, yeah, there's a limit to how heroic, like gutsy they can be as well. I'll give them that too. Especially when you got Muscular coming in and they are Muscular is whooping their asses. Seriously, he is. And then Deku came in like a boss and just woo. So what we got this week, and I'm really excited for this, is a long-awaited rematch between Muscular and Deku. And I did double check the art from the chapter last week to see if I still stand by all the statements I said in regards to the art, and yeah, I do. I still stand by my statements. I'm not taking them back. And yeah, in Vigilantes, woo, that art that Betancourt did was just, it was amazing. Go read Vigilantes and you will see what I'm talking about, and I'm freaking hyped for the chapter we're getting, by the way. Anyway, that chapter's coming out today. I'm so excited. So excited for Vigilantes today. It's gonna be amazing. Anyway, let's get to this chapter and get to the long-awaited rematch that we've all been waiting for. Here we go. And this chapter is titled All Out. Alright. How could I forget you? You're that kid, right? Dude, Deku's looking like a boss, I'm not gonna lie. Midoriya, I missed you so much. I was getting bored right about now with all these small fries. I still stand by my statements with these muscle fibers. I do. And I want you guys to understand this. I gotta stress this. I have been very, 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 very spoiled by manga art. I have been very spoiled. You're talking to someone that covers Kengan Omega and Record of Ragnarok. And whew, that musculature art. Oh god. Oh god. Go look at the Raiden fight and you will understand what I'm talking about. Ooh, that smoke is looking good. Ooh, stop. No, you better ooh, stop. No, you better not run away. No, do not be mistaken. I should say something grand about revenge here, but I'm not here to go on a monologue. I just want to do whatever I want with my Quirk. I'd have been content to go on a regular rampage as always. The bottom part of this page is great. I love the hand coming out with the black. Oh, this is great. Oh god, this is great shit right here. Oh god, and this dialogue is so perfect. It is. I gotta read this again. I have to read this again. Ooh, stop. No, you better not run away. No, do not be mistaken. I should say something grand about revenge here, but I'm not here to go on a monologue. I just want to do whatever I want with my Quirk. I'd have been content to go on a regular rampage as always, but after that stunt you pulled earlier, how could I ever go back? This is everything, and ooh, muscular ripping, his eye open. This is gorgeous. This is what I want. This is the art I expect from Horikoshi. Yes. And I'm sorry, I have to compare this to Vigilantes because we got this. We had this in Vigilantes with Nameless Number 6 when he was saying that when he was making his or attempting to do this heroic, well, not villainous in his in Nameless Number 6's case, when he was trying to make his debut as Overclock Overclock number 2. Oh my god, this is really making me think of that. I'm sorry, it is, but man, this is great. This is what I want. This is what I want. Oh, this is great. This is great. God, I'm not sorry for saying that. It just reminds me of Vigilantes. Ooh, he's not jumping at me. Yup. Ooh, let's sell this with a rematch, Midoriya. Ooh, look at that destruction. That destruction art looks great. Let's sell this with a rematch, Midoriya. Look at that shit. Muscular smash. Yes. What's going on out there? I can't see anything because of all this smoke. Oh, thank God. Please take care of him. Yokan, you cringe lord, going out there on your own like that. I love this fucking dialogue. I apologize for the delay. Please give this man immediate care. The collateral damage is through the roof. Oh, this is what I want. Thank you, Horikoshi. Seriously, Horikoshi, what I need you to do from now on, I fucking want a chapter of Boku no Hero Academia just to come out every other week. Seriously, give me a chapter every other week. I need that, please. But I'll make sure that there are no more casualties like this panel. This panel right here. This is what I want. This is what I want. Look at that. Look at that shit. That smoke, the black mixed in with it. This is what I want. Now you understand why I got pissed last week about the art. This is what I expect from Horikoshi. Yep, I couldn't see because of the smoke, but his voice is pretty familiar. Who is he? Look at that smoke. Yes. All right, the only thing I would maybe complain about the smoke a little bit, and I know I'm being nitpicky, is I would like a little bit more gray, like darker gray going up in there, so that way that like streak of white would just stand out a little bit more. But other than that, oh god, that smoke looks so good. Does. If you don't understand why I'm being like being so nitpicky about the art and like critical about the art when I analyze it, especially like little things like this, one, go read Blue Period manga. You will really understand why, for like a full explanation. And two, you should go read like series like or the leading series of the manga renaissance in terms of art, like One Punch Man manga. Not the webcomic is good, but art-wise, Murata's art is it. Record of Ragnarok and Kengan Omega, and then for the abstract it'd be Made in Abyss and Hoseki no Kuni. Go read those series. You will understand why I get and Plunderer. Go read those. You'll understand why I get really critical when it comes to art. And to an extent, Attack on Titan, which it ended, but yeah. Did I overdo it? No, you did not. No, you did not. But man, Horikoshi, I'd like more. I suppose you've done enough to control the area. You've used too much of your smoke screen. Understood, sir. Tolan turn the advantage against your favor, I suppose. Yes, sir. I suppose you're relying on a too on of a too much. You're making avoidable accidents under its influence. You shouldn't repeat those mistakes the other 8 generations made. Ooh. Yes. I'm telling you, or not telling you. What I'm hoping, and I'm putting tinfoil hat on this, I really want, and we've been seeing this a lot in other series, especially like Togen Anki, and also we saw from the previous generation, generation / predecessors, that I want the Quirks to drain Midoriya's life. Oh, and Billiking. Billking's the other one I was thinking of. I want the use of the go read Billiking, by the way. It's really goddamn good. I want there to be consequences for Midoriya using up all the Quirks. I do. Either like where he can't use One for All anymore, or he loses life force, or when he absorbs All for One, Avatar style, that neutralizes it, and they're both gone forever. And then Deku ends up being quirkless again. Give me that and I'll be very, very... Give me one of those two especially. I will be very happy with that. I could actually see it. Especially with after what happened with Attack on Titan. The ending with Attack on Titan. Oh, I could definitely see the latter more than the former. Anyway, you've got the biggest burden to bear given that you're the last generation. Try to loosen your shoulders. Don't let the power use your body. Let your body use the power instead. Our collective quirks alone aren't enough to serve as your crutch. You value quirks too much, I suppose. You using those tools will get you into the right mindset. Think of them instead as more of your tools. This is so freaking Avatar, it's not even funny. I'm sorry, it is. This is. You cannot deny that this is very Avatar-esque when Aang was, utilizing the rest of the elements, rest of the elemental bending. It really is just making me think of that. I'm not sorry for saying it, speaking of Avatar. Muscular, the man who can withstand my 100% smash. I wouldn't forget him either. Float. I'll reduce his range of vision with smokescreen and catch him unawares. Catch him unawares. Dude, this translation's great. Now, Izuku, just think about that day. Remember what happened here. Or, sorry. Let me read this again. Now, Izuku, just think about that day. Remember what happened there. I'll dodge his attacks with danger sense. This freaking art, this movement is just everything. I love this movement. And the muscular fiber with this movement looks so good. This looks good. And yes, it is making me think of Record of Ragnarok when Raiden was it when Raiden was dodging Shiva's attacks? Or no, Raiden was taking on Shiva's attacks. Yeah, when we were, and Raiden had the muscle shield up. That's what this is making me think of. And Shiva was doing the war dance. That's what this is really making me think of. I'm not gonna lie. My main complaint with the muscle fibers on muscular, especially like the ones that are supposed to be moving, they look way too thick. They do. And the problem is that they look too thick, not just too thick, that's maybe the wrong wording. Yeah, they look too stiff. That's the wording I was looking for. They look way too stiff. What I would like to see, because they're supposed to be moving, I would have liked to see them look more light. They just look way too stiff. They look, I'm not gonna lie, they look like pieces of meat on his back. It looks really, really weird. I don't know if anyone else is getting that, but it's really bugging me. But other than that, the movement in particular with the arms is just really, really nice. Midoriya! Black Whip! Ooh. Alright, this is looking good. I'd hope that you wouldn't resort to pesky tricks. Oh, this panel is looking good. Your Liberators, Shigaraki and Afo, where are they your Liberators, Shigaraki and All For One, where are they located? This panel. This contrast. This is great. Don't care. He told me to do whatever I please when freeing me. So stop changing the subject. You're ruining the mood. I'm not here to make small talk or anything. Clash into me like last time. Use everything you got. Why do you have these urges to go on rampages? To live life without any regrets. Regrets? What would that be? I regret not being able to fight you. Is there no other path for you to take, Imasuji Goto? None at all. This panel is everything. Love. Love, love, love the energized muscles. They look so good. This background looks awesome. You can take that therapy talk and shove it up elsewhere. The only thing I care in my life, if I truly understood it, maybe things would turn out different. Blood, guts, and the thrill of battle. Let me go look at this where it's talking about you could take that therapy talk and shove it up elsewhere. Where we're seeing the muscles expand. It looks a little too, I don't know, it just looks a little too stiff. I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way, but it just looks too stiff. It does. I don't know why it's looking so stiff, but I don't know if it's just how the line work is or what, but it is just looking a little too stiff for me. I know it's giving me Hulk vibes, but I don't know what is causing this to look so stiff. It's just annoying the hell out of me. Oh god, that belly button placement. Oh, that is driving me crazy. That belly button, I think, should just be a teeny bit lower. I think that's part of the problem. That belly button is in the wrong spot. Should just be a little bit lower. It should be just a little bit lower. That placement is bugging me. Yeah, I think part of it is I think part of me wants to say it's just the line work is not enough. I think that's gotta be it, and why it's just looking so stiff. And also, again, that belly button is driving me crazy. Ugh. But other than that, I'm not saying that this is bad. I'm just saying that it just looks stiff. It's mainly, I think the arms are fine. And I like that, the shoulders like popping off like this. I think it's cool. But just here in the torso, it just looks really, really weird. That's the only problem I'm having is mainly the torso. The legs look, well, I know we're getting Hulk vibes, but I'm very curious what you guys think. Are you guys seeing the stiffness that I'm seeing? And I want to know if the belly button placement is driving anyone else nuts. Let's see. He also hurt and murdered countless numbers of people. A rematch is pointless, but despite that, I could feel that in his heart within the deepest crevices of his soul. You're starting to turn stale, says the one that's stiff as fuck. Ooh, Your tendons and your muscle augmentation were pulled. They can't help but unravel themselves. The fact that you don't jump straight to me, or the fact that you didn't, jump straight to me earlier meant that you felt your own muscles affected by it too. I suppose that vibration from earlier did do the trick. I wanted a legitimate fight with power. This is my this is my power. This final power. What is wrong with me this morning? This is my final power. This panel right here. This final panel of this chapter. This is what I want. Look at this. This movement is so smooth. Oh God. Oh God. Look at that shading. Look at that fierce look in Deku's face. Oh God. So I gotta talk about that line. Your tendons and your muscle augmentation were pulled. They can't help but unravel themselves. It looks so much better here. Why does it look? It looks so much better here, but it don't. Driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. That it looks so much better here. That the muscle tendons unraveling themselves. Why? Why does it look better here in the small ass panel compared to like everywhere else? I just don't get it. Just don't get it. Ugh. Well, I know it's weird. But man, this final panel is just looking good. But if the muscle tendons are unraveling themselves and they can't help but unravel themselves, it shouldn't look as stiff as it's looking. It's driving me nuts. It shouldn't be looking stiff. It should be flowing. It should just be a lot lighter and flowing. That's what it should be, that they're unraveling themselves. The only reason I could be like, okay, maybe some of them are stiff is maybe like they can only unravel to a certain, and this is true to an extent, that they can only unravel to a certain point and then they can be stiff. That, okay, I can roll with that if that's what we're going with. If like the muscle tendons can only unravel to a certain point and then they're like just frozen. If you want to go with this route, okay, I'm fine with that. But if you're gonna have it look like we've seen in this chapter and we've seen before, where the muscle tendons or the muscle fibers and the tendons are supposed to be moving, then you can't have it look so stiff. You have to have it look a little lighter. You do. You gotta have it look a little bit lighter than this. But I understand why it's supposed to be looking a little bit heavier. I do, because the muscle tendons, now that I'm thinking about it, the muscle tendons are supposed to be, it's supposed to be muscle armor. It's supposed to be muscle armor. So yes, it's supposed to be stiff to an extent. But like you look at the muscle, because I know I'm going to get shit in my comment section if I don't say it. Yes, to an extent, the muscle tendons are supposed to be hardened. So yes, there should be stiffness to an extent. There should be. But you see like some of the muscle tendons starting, muscle tendons / fibers, you see them throughout this chapter, they're starting to unravel. So you can't tell me that they should just be a little bit lighter. In terms of like, what I mean by lighter is just like in terms of movement. That's what I mean, is in terms of movement more than in terms of texture than anything else. I hope that makes sense. But otherwise, this chapter in terms of art is what I want. This is what I expect from Horikoshi. That's why I got pissed last chapter. That's why I got mad last chapter, because it's like this is not Horikoshi's art. no, this is not the art that I expect from Horikoshi. This is the art I expect from Horikoshi. And the fact that he had health problems, we found out he had health problems last week, that makes a lot more sense why the art was lacking. So that makes more sense. I can forgive it. I can forgive the art last chapter because of that. Because of that alone. So Horikoshi, you're getting for last week. You're getting for last chapter. You're getting a pass because of the health issues. You get a pass for that. It makes more sense now. It does. I knew something. You could tell when something is up with an artist through the art. You could definitely tell. And see, I was able to tell. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this chapter in the comment section below. What you guys think of the art this week? Do you guys see what I'm seeing, especially in terms of stiffness? I do. Do you guys agree with me that like some of the, not all of the muscle fibers, but the ones that are moving, do you think that they should have had a little bit more flow to it, or do you think that they should have been stiff? And I gotta bring this up. I gotta bring Vigilantes up for a second here because it does. I just thought about this. It reminds me of what was said in Vigilantes a while ago about the villain psychology. That the psychology of a villain is that for a villain, if you can't control your quirk, if your quirk's completely out of control, and the quirk controls you, and you go mad like this, then you're a villain. And it totally rings true for Muscular. It does. This is straight up Muscular right here. He fits the role of psychologically, he fits the role of a villain. I'm really curious what you guys think about that, and what you guys think in terms of Deku, what I was saying, that we might have a situation where what Horikoshi should do in terms of the quirks, that we should have something similar to what we're seeing in Build King and Togen Anki, where utilizing the quirks is going to take a toll on Deku's lifespan, or it's going to be like a Avatar situation. Well, if we get the Avatar scenario where we do absorb One for All, that it'll be neutralized and Deku will end up being quirkless again. I really want the latter to happen more than the former, but very curious what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Boku no Hero Academia content, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.